Linda always hopes. Bottoms up to Linda.
You've been drinking steadily since 8 o'clock.
Darling sister, I shall drink as much as I like at any party I agree to attend. And as much as I like, and as much as I can hold. It's my protection against your tiresome friend. Linda's out of luck. She hasn't any protection. Hello, Ned. Hello, Johnny. Having a good time? You liar. Great.
Johnny, I wish something could be done about Ned.
Apparently, a lot of things go on inside him that we've no idea of. Linda must be at the end of some rope or other, too.
Ned always does this. Always.
Well, there must be a reason for both of them.
But Linda's got to be found. People know there's something wrong now. They must know.
All right, darling. Just try to enjoy tonight, won't you?
Oh, I think it's the loveliest party. We must find Linda. Call Nick and Susan. Maybe she's there, Johnny. Please, we must do something.
All right, I'll do everything a gent can under the circumstances.
Oh, you're hopeless.
Oh, Ned. Hmm? Look here. You know where she is. Linda, I mean. What's up? Well, I'm supposed to find her. You're not the house detective? No. She's up in the old playroom on the top floor. Come on.
Gentlemen, please. This is a private residence.
This is a private case.
Uh-huh. What kind of a case?
A very sad case.
Oh, dear. All cut up, huh? Well, wheel it in and we'll try it out. Hello, Johnny.
Hello, Nick. Hello.
Is there any chance of the place being pinched?
We hope so. Don't speak of it, mister. The trouble we have with the police, you don't know.
Oh,
That's what he needed. That was
Hey, what have we here? Some sort of grape beverage?
Mum's word.
What are you talking about, Johnny? Why, that's the sun-kissed result of aerated apple.
Oh, I hoped you'd come up, Johnny.
You're my pet hostess, you know.
Well, I hear you're engaged. Many happy returns. Is it announced yet?
Well,
Farm boy wins heiress as blizzard grips city.
thanks.
No, it's to be announced at midnight with a roll of drums.
And with that gifted entertainer, Mr. Edward Seaton, on the microphone. He has the true undertaker's touch, that man Seaton.
Well, I really like him. I like him a lot.
Johnny, he has an idea that you're a comer. That's the reason he was won over so quickly. Same stuff as Grandpa Seaton himself. Up from nothing. Hew to the line. Eat, eat. Of course, you understand, Johnny. You understand that I am America's great social menace because I never got out and did big things.
Well, you think, for instance, if I were to quit business...
Oh, my dear boy, don't try it. Don't try it. Why, he'd be down on you like Grant took Bevo.
Oh, Linda.
Well, folks.
Daddy, a little bit more.
Please, my department, sweetheart. You know that. Some for all, not all for some.
Oh, but Nick.
Oh, I like this place.
It was Mother's idea for us.
Oh, I'm supposed to inform you there's a party going on in the house.
You mean that low-class dance hall downstairs?
Yeah.
Don't speak of it.
Linda?
Gimme. Johnny?
Thanks.
To Johnny and his Julia.
Julia.
Yeah, well, how about the beaming potters? Bean for them, darling, bean. We deserve something for that, don't we?
Only sandwiches? What a house.
There's solid food on the way.
And you know, I'd trade 20 marbles and a jackknife for the carcass of a chicken in good repair.
Johnny, you should have been with us. There hasn't been one word of sense spoken all evening.
And there won't be unless Linda gets homesick.
Oh, I'm a diehard about this evening in this room. I only hope no one but Ned and Julia wander in.
Well, Laura and Seaton would be fun.
Do you see those two trapezes?
Distinctly.
Well, time was when Seaton and I used to swing on them by our knees and spit at each other.
I'm happy to say now I seldom, if ever, miss.
Oh, perfect.
Well, aren't we going downstairs?
No, Angel, we are
And
not.
why should we? Why, it's just perfect here. It's already taken 60 years off these old shoulders. Oh, look, folks, look. 11:40. Dr. Stork is on his way, dears. A little baby New Year's.
Oh, always somebody tell me what I'm going to do next year, and the year after that, and the year after that.
What you need is a husband, Linda.
You know any good addresses?
Johnny, how long are you and Julia going to be abroad?
Well, perhaps indefinitely.
What? Julia said March.
Some stock that I got at about 8 was kind enough to touch 15 today. And if the deal I think's going through does go through, it'll do twice that.
I may be dumb, but I
There's a very fair chance I may quit business next Saturday.
Johnny.
For good? For as long as it lasts.
Good boy. Very good boy.
And do you mean to say that Julia knows nothing of this little plan?
I haven't breathed a word of it to her. I wanted to be sure first. It all depends on what a Boston group called Bay State Power does about it. I'll know that Monday.
They'll do it. I don't know what it is, but they'll do it.
Johnny.
Oh, am I happy.
Life is a grand little ride if you take it yourself, your own way.
And no good at all if somebody else takes you on it. Oh, there's no life any good but the life you make for yourself. Hello. Huh, but isn't this lovely?
Well, so here you are.
Oh, he guessed it.
Well, hello, Nick.
Not at all.
Hello, Susan.
Hello.
How do you do?
Hello. May we sit down a minute?
Why not?
I've never been up here. It's awfully pleasant.
We like it.
Of course, it is a little far from the car line.
And the water isn't all it might be.
But
we like it. I'm afraid I don't follow you. You're not all tight, are you?
We have a very high boiling point.
You old fox, you. Sam Hobson's downstairs, and he's just told me about your little haul in Seaboard. Do you know there's an order in our office to buy 60,000 shares for Ross of Bay State Power, and all the way up to 30?
Then that cinches it.
Look here. We'd like to have you with us in Pritchard Ames. To begin at twice what you get now, and probably a directorship in Seaboard to boot.
Well, to boot. To boot.
Believe me when I tell you, the first 50,000 is the hardest. After that, it's just plain sailing.
Look out, Johnny.
In 2 years, we can make your 40,000 80. In 5 years, 200,000.
Oh, my word. Lend a fellow a dime for a cup of coffee, will you, mister?
Oh, Nick.
Well, how about it?
I'll let you know.
Look out, look out.
Don't worry, Linda.
Just let me give you a brief outline of the possibilities.
That will do for business tonight, Seaton.
Well, you're the hostess here. Then let's all go downstairs and celebrate, shall we?
Yes, let's. It's such a wonderful party.
I'm not going downstairs.
11:47. I wonder what can be keeping old Dr. Stork.
Linda, really, people are beginning to wonder a little.
I am not going downstairs.
Linda, I think your conduct toward your guest tonight is simply outrageous.
When a girl invites 300 people to a house and then proceeds
I
to...
invited 6 people, 5 of whom you now see before you. All the rest came on someone else's say-so. Yours and father's, I believe.
Come, Seaton.
Oh, Seaton,
Yes?
before you go, you wouldn't care to swing on the old trapeze for a while, would you?
Why,
No, I suppose not.
Linda, mark my words. One of these days, they're going to draw themselves up like that, and they won't be able to get down again. Well, Johnny.
Oh, it's a grand feeling. Wait till Julia hears. And tonight of all nights, what a break that is.
Oh, I knew it would come off.
Go to it, boy.
Oh, won't I? You just watch me. See, where we spend the spring. Why not spend it together?
Just a moment. What do you think of that, sweetheart? Do you think we could stand them?
Well, can I come too, please?
Why,
Can I come
you've got to
too?
come. We want you. We need you.
How about the south of France?
Why not?
Oh, no. The air reeks of roses, and the nightingales make the nights hideous.
Oh, don't.
Of course, if we all went to Norway, we could paint a house at midnight.
Oh, I
No, Norway's out. It's got to be someplace where we can swim all day long. You know, it just dawned on me I've never swum enough. That's the one thing I want to do, swim.
Why, my dear, what are you talking about? My dear boy, in the bright lexicon of youth, there's no such word. Swimming? That's for idlers.
And Hawaiian. And fish.
Are you a fish? Answer me. Can you look yourself squarely in the eye and say, I am a fish? No, you can't do it.
You're a hard man, sir.
Ah, son, it's life that's made me hard.
But I only want to be like you, Daddy. How can I be like you?
What do you mean, Daddy? Stop that. Go in and ask your mama. Not another penny.
Tell us more, Daddy.
You want to hear the story of my success?
No.
No.
Very well, I'll tell you.
Come, children, gather round.
Come on,
Quiet, quiet, please. My friends, I arrived in this country at the age of 3 weeks with absolutely nothing in my pocket but 5 cents and an old hat check. I had no friends, little or no education, and sex. Well, sex to me was still the great mystery. But my dears, as I walked down the gangplank from that little sailing vessel, steam was unknown at the time, except among the very rich. Oh, my friends, can you picture that manly little figure without a tug at your heartstrings and just a faint touch of nausea? But I pulled my belt tightly around my waist and I said to myself, don't forget you're a potter, Nick. I called myself Nick at the time. So I soon found myself in my first job. It was in the glass works. Glass was in its infancy then. We'd barely scratched the surface. I had never shirked work, never. If there was an errand to be run, I ran 5 errands. If someone wanted to get off at the 3rd floor, I took them to the 10th floor. So naturally, of course, one day came my big chance. I was in the glass blowing department at the time. Miss Murphy's department now, and a very capable little woman Miss Murphy is.
Oh, Mr. Potter, I'm no such thing.
Oh, don't let anybody tell you differently. She certainly is. One day, my friends, I was blowing glass like a 2-year-old and whistling as I blew. Suddenly, I looked down and I found in my hands a bottle, or what we now know as a bottle. And I rushed to my employer, a certain Mr. Walter P. Grandgent, and I said, Mr. Grandgent, look, look, I think I've got something here. And Mr. Grandgent looked, and Mr. Grandgent laughed. Laughed. You understand? I went from city to city like some hunted thing with that laugh always ringing before my eyes. But with me went my bottle. They called it Potter's Folly. They said it wouldn't whistle. Time has proved how right they were. Today, the bottle is in every home. Today, my friends, I have made the bottle a national institution. And that, my dears, is how I met your grandmama.
Music, to Nick, the friend of rich and poor alike. To the man who brought Hawaiian music into every home.
To the man who taught a nation how to swim.
To Nicholas P. Potter, philanthropist and man about town.
My very dear friends, as the 3rd vice president of the 2nd largest spat factory in East St. Louis, I would like to say just a word in regard to what our young friend here has so quaintly termed swimming. We call it bathing. Let us bathe.
Linda.
Yes, Father.
Linda, it's time. Please turn that music off.
Father, you know Mr. and Mrs. Potter, Miss Jessup and Mr. Hedges?
Turn it off, Linda. Julia, I've got the grandest surprise. Just a moment. You must all come down now. It's nearly 12, and we want the entire party together to see the new year in.
But there are 2 parties, Father. The one downstairs and mine here.
Linda, you will please do as I say.
I asked permission to have a few of my friends up here tonight, and you said that I might. I have some of them now, and
Yes, I noticed you had.
Nick, will you and Susan take Mary and Pete down to my sitting room? I'll be there in a minute.
Why, of course, of course. Susan.
Yes.
Unless I'm very much mistaken, Mr. Seaton, little baby New Year's is just passing over Yonkers. To boot.
Oh, this is so humiliating. Nick and Susan and Mary and Pete are my guests, not yours. And I want to entertain them up here, do you understand?
There's no cause for temper, child. Just come down now and we'll follow. Julia and I want to talk with Johnny for a moment.
Listen to me, Father.